Shopify price testing. Ever wonder why two similar stores can sell the same product but one makes way more money? What they're doing differently might surprise you. In this video, we're breaking down how Shopify merchants can safely test different price points and what to look for so the results actually improve your bottom line. What price testing is and why it matters. Price testing is exactly what it sounds like. You compare two or more price points to see which one performs best against a specific goal, like higher revenue, higher profit, or higher conversion rate. Here's where most merchants mess this up. They run a price test and only look at conversion rate. Yes, conversion rate matters, but price changes can win conversion while quietly losing money. That's why the most useful way to think about price testing is this. You're not testing what do people like, you're testing what does each visitor become worth. That's where revenue per visitor becomes the truth serum. Revenue per visitor, or RPV, is basically how much net sales did we generate per session. Why it matters. A lower price can raise conversion but lower AOV and profit. A higher price can lower conversion but increase RPV and margin. A middle price sometimes wins because it balances both and beyond revenue. Price testing can impact things marketers care about every day. CAC efficiency. If you can keep conversion steady while improving margin, your paid acquisition becomes more resilient. Inventory flow. Price affects how fast products move, which affects cash flow and forecasting. Support load and returns. In some categories, lower prices can attract lower intent buyers that can show up later as higher return rate or more support tickets, which is why you want to watch quality signals, not just sales volume. Also, Shopify's own pricing guidance acknowledges that regular A/B testing can help you understand how customers react to different price points. The main point, price testing is not set a number and hope, it's how you stop guessing when your margins get squeezed. What Shopify allows. Platform limitations. Let's be super clear about the limitation first. In a standard Shopify storefront, a given product variant has one live price at a time. Shopify doesn't give you a built-in switch that allows two different prices for the same SKU to different shoppers simultaneously. That's why price tests usually require structure, like separate products or pages, controlled traffic splits, or a testing tool designed to handle price experiments. Now, one important nuance, Shopify does support different pricing in specific contexts, like B2B catalogs where you can set tailored pricing for B2B customers, but that's not the same thing as a price test. B2B catalogs are for segment-based pricing. Different buyer groups get different pricing intentionally. Price testing is for experimentation. You're splitting similar traffic to learn what price performs better. So if you're a DTC merchant trying to learn what price maximizes outcomes, you typically run tests using one of these compliant setups. Duplicate product pages. Duplicate SKUs separate landing pages, A/B testing tools that split traffic to different variants, and the compliance part is simple. Make sure each shopper has a consistent experience. You don't want someone to see one price on a landing page, then another price when they hit the product page, cart or checkout. And in a second, I'll show you the exact setups merchants use to avoid this without breaking Shopify rules. How Shopify merchants actually run price tests. Let's get practical. These are the four most common ways Shopify merchants run price tests. Duplicate product method. This is the simplest manual approach. You create two versions of the same product or two variants handled carefully, and each version has a different price. Then you split traffic. Where this works best, you're testing one hero product. You want clean reporting by product. You can keep everything else identical. To do this correctly, you need discipline. Same title and positioning. Same imagery, same description, same shipping promise. Same offer framing, price is the only variable. If you also change the hero image or rewrite the copy, you're no longer learning what price did. You're learning price plus a bunch of other stuff. Landing page price tests. This is a common method for stores that run paid traffic. You build 2 landing pages, same product, same story, same creative angle, different price point. Then you split traffic at the campaign level or through a testing tool. This method is useful because landing pages can control context. Price rarely lives alone. The way you present value, social proof, guarantees, and shipping returns can change what people are willing to pay. So landing page price tests are often the best method when you sell higher AOV products, your product needs education, your offer positioning is part of the conversion, bundle versus single item pricing. A lot of price testing is actually offer testing. Instead of only changing the number, you're testing perceived value. For example, single product at $49 versus bundle at $69. What you're learning is, do shoppers want a lower entry price, or are they willing to pay more when the value is packaged clearly? This is often a smart path when you don't want to discount your hero product, but you need to improve AOV. Threshold pricing, free shipping, volume discounts. This is one of the highest leverage areas because you can increase revenue without touching the base price. Common tests include free shipping threshold changes, volume discount thresholds, buy 2 versus buy 3, spend X, get Y versus percentage discount offers. This is especially useful when you want higher AOV, you want to reduce discount dependency, you're trying to shift customer behavior towards bigger carts. Shogun's A/B testing feature now includes price testing capabilities. If you want to price test without building complicated workarounds, Shogun's A/B testing includes price testing so you can compare different price points and measure outcomes like conversion rate, revenue per customer, and average order value. And this matters because price tests are only useful if you can track the right metrics cleanly. When you look at how Shogun approaches price testing, the focus is on tracking the metrics that actually matter, like revenue per visitor, net sales per session, average order value, total sales per total orders, factoring in discounts. Price testing is a controlled comparison without duplicating products. That combination is what makes price testing easier to run and easier to trust. When merchants should not run a price test. Price testing is only as good as the consistency of the environment you test in. Here are the situations where you can get data that's basically useless. During major sales events like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, unless the test is specifically about holiday pricing. If the test is about holiday pricing strategy, fine, but if not, your data will be distorted by deal-seeking intent, urgency behavior, and seasonal conversion spikes. You won't learn what the price does in normal conditions. When inventory levels are unstable, price tests need stable supply. If one variant sells out faster than the other, you won't know if price won or if availability changed the outcome. When you're running aggressive discounting or clearance promotions, discounting changes how shoppers interpret value. You'll measure discount behavior, not baseline willingness to pay. When traffic is artificially inflated by a temporary trend or viral moment, viral traffic often has different intent than normal traffic. If you price test during that window, your results can be misleading once the moment passes. Common mistakes merchants make in Shopify price testing. These are the mistakes that make price tests feel like a waste of time. Testing prices without isolating the variable, for example, also changing imagery or layout. If you change price and design at the same time, you can't attribute results to price. If you want to test multiple changes, do it in separate experiments. Running tests with too little traffic for either option. A price test needs enough sessions and enough purchases to smooth out randomness. If you end a test too early, you're basically reading tea leaves. A safer principle. Let the test run long enough to include normal buying patterns, not just a weekend spike or a single campaign burst. Ending tests emotionally. It feels like the cheaper one is performing better. Feelings aren't like KPI. Decide in advance what winning means. RPV wins, profit wins, AOV wins, then stick to it. Treating price testing as a one-time project. Pricing changes over time. Costs change, competitors shift, customer expectations evolve, ad costs rise. Price testing should be a repeatable process, not a one-off event you do once a year. Not documenting which pages, products were tested, causing internal confusion. This sounds small, but it is a real ops problem. If you don't document what was tested, why it was tested, what the results were, what decision you made, you end up retesting the same ideas or misremembering what worked. A simple internal doc for every test is enough. Price testing is one of the easiest ways to uncover missed revenue opportunities on Shopify, and now you know the safest ways to set up. If this video helped, give it a like, subscribe, and visit the Shogun blog for more e-commerce optimization strategies, and I'll see you in the next one.